Hello, my friends. Welcome to another chair yoga video. I'm Nina G, and I'm so glad that you decided to join me today. In today's class, it's going to be a short sequence, and we're going to work to bring calm into the body by manipulating the breath. We're going to work to lengthen that exhale. As always, when we manipulate the breath, if at any time you start to feel lightheaded or headachy, dizzy, please stop and return to your normal breath rhythm and pace. So we'll need our chair, maybe something to connect our feet to the floor, and we can get started. We'll start here, sitting back in our chair, connecting our feet to the floor. And if your legs are long enough to reach the floor and really connect, you don't need anything else. You could use a rolled up blanket or really anything else that connects you to the floor. Pillow would work as well. So we'll get started here. Let's turn the palms down in the lap. The invitation is to soften or close your eyes and tune in to the breath. See what you can do to slow it down and to smooth it out. And now, let's add a count to the breath. Add a 4 count to your inhale and a 4 count to your exhale. And all this count does is help us keep the breath smooth and even. So if you're breathing faster, your counting will be faster. If you're breathing slower, your counting will be slower. And it might be interesting to add a little movement here. So let's stack palms perhaps at the center of the body. And on our next 4 count inhale, we'll softly open those arms wide. And as we exhale, we'll bring them back to that center. 4 counts in, 4 counts out. Now for these next 2 breaths, let's go 4 counts in, 5 counts out. So we're slowing things down just a little bit on that exhale. 4 counts in, 5 counts out. And then on these next 2 breaths, let's try to get to a 6 count exhale. 4 counts in, 6 count exhale. 4 counts in, 6 count exhale. And then just pause the arms. You can let them rest back in your lap and return to your breath's normal rhythm and pace. But notice how that makes you feel. Maybe a little shift towards calm. Now we'll stack those palms at heart center. Now take a moment to set an intention for this practice. Might be this idea of calm or anything else that's important to you today. And then we'll release those hands to the lap. We'll blink open the eyes if they're still closed. And we're going to slide to the edge of our chair, putting our feet directly on the floor. So I'm moving my blocks out of the way and putting my feet directly on the floor, and I'm sitting up very tall. Take a breath. See how you feel. And as we inhale now, we're going to take our right arm up, just maybe shoulder height, and let it come back down to your lap, and then left arm. Now there's no need to count the breath, because we've been working with that smooth, even breath. Now what if we took right arm, left heel, float him down, left arm, right heel, float him back down. Try that again. Right arm, left heel. Maybe your arm starts to float up a little higher, only if that feels good on your shoulder. Left arm, right heel. One more on each side. Pause for a moment. Now these next two breaths, we're going to lift both arms, both heels. So the arms come forward and up, whatever up means right now. Heels lift, both arms lower, both heels lower. See if they can land at the same time. One more like that. And then pause. Okay. For this next breath, we'll reach our left arm forward and up. It might be shoulder height, it might be higher. And as you exhale, float the arm back down to your lap. Turn your head to the right. As you inhale, head comes to neutral, right arm goes up. Exhale, arm floats down, head turns left. Try that again. Left arm goes up, head comes to neutral. Left arm floats down, head turns right. Right arm floats up, head to neutral. Right arm floats down, head turns left. One more in each direction. Notice the smoothness of your breath. And then leave both hands in the lap. Bring that head back to neutral. Take a few circles right here. And pause. Now, let's make sure we have that connection to the floor. Connection to the chair. We'll reach our arms forward, let the palms face each other. We're going to take a real soft twist here. So we'll take an inhale. As we exhale, start to bring your right elbow back and turn and look over right elbow. And then inhale, come forward again. Stick with that same side. Exhale, pull right elbow back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, turning. Inhale, untwist. And now this time we'll pull that elbow back. We'll stay here. We might want to extend that right arm long behind us. Breathing here in this twist, perhaps turned and looking towards that right hand, if the neck allows. And then we'll bend that elbow, we'll reach that arm forward. We'll float the hands down to the lap. Take a moment to check in with shoulders. Okay, and now we're going to do the other side. So the arms come forward. I'm going to turn my body so that you can see me a little better, but you just stay facing front on your chair. So we're moving to the left hand now, left arm. We take a breath in. As we exhale, we pull back with that left elbow. Turn and look at elbow. Inhale, untwist, palms face each other. Exhaling, turn. And inhale. We'll do one more back and forth. And now this time we'll pull the elbow back. We'll stay here with that option to extend that left arm behind you. perhaps turning and looking at left hand, left thumb, softening shoulders from the ears. And then bend elbow. Bring those palms to face each other one more time. Float the hands back down to your lap. Pause for a moment. Notice how that feels in your body. Let's take a circle with the shoulders. And if you're ready, we're going to move to standing. So I'm going to pull my feet back a little bit. I'm going to hinge forward, push down into my feet to make my way up to standing. Now, once I move to standing, I move my chair out of the way so the camera could see me. But you might just get up and walk around behind your chair. That would work well. No need to move furniture. We'll come to our mountain pose. You can have both hands on back of your chair, one hand, zero, however you want to do it. But we're going to bring those hands back to the center of the body. We'll come back to that 4 count, inhale and exhale. Inhale to a count of 4, opening the arms softly wide. Exhale to a count of 4, bringing hands back to core. With the option now, if you like, pick up your heels on the inhale. 4 count lower of the heels, hands come back. Interesting, right? Let's try it with 5 count exhale. 4 counts in. 5 counts back down. 4 counts in. 5 counts. What if we do a 6 count exhale? You can always stay with the heels grounded. And we'll let that breath counting go. You can move a little bit, wiggle, jiggle. Check in with how you feel. Maybe take a circle with those shoulders. From behind our chair now, we'll come to a warrior one with our right foot forward and our left foot back. And we find our warrior one stance as we always do. Front knee bends, back heel is down, and really rooted, grounded. And then we can straighten that leg. And we'll do a little cactus lift with our arms as we bend front knee. Think about that smooth breath. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale. Here we go. 4 count inhale. As you exhale, float the arms back down. Leg straightens. You don't have to use a 4 count. Whatever it is to keep your breath smooth. That's all. Let's keep our gaze straight ahead. And we'll do one more up and down. And then come into the pose. Stay here. Gaze is straight ahead. We've got these soft elbows. Maybe turn palms up. Come back to really soft arms. We might decide to lift the sternum and the gaze. Standing in our very strong warrior one pose. Our smooth breath. And then bring those palms together to heart center or to the back of the chair. Shift your weight into your front foot. Step your back foot forward. Take a breath there. We'll set up for the other side. So now it's going to be left foot forward, right foot back, anchoring that heel, that foot on the ground, back leg, really strong, straight and strong. My shoulders are over my hips. I'm not here, but I'm here. Now straighten the leg. We know we can keep both hands on the chair if we need to, or we could even just do one, do it into the cactus, however we need to do it. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, bend front knee, come to our cactus arms. And let the exhale float the arms down. Let's keep our gaze straight ahead, tall spine, smooth breath. The next time we come into our warrior one, we'll stay there. Tall spine. I'm going to open my palms softly wide. I could even drop my elbows a little bit more, causing my shoulders to soften. And then I might decide to lift my sternum and my gaze. And keep that breath smooth. Now we'll bring those palms together at heart center or to the back of the chair. We're going to shift our weight into that front foot. Step the back foot forward. Pause here for a moment. Notice how that feels in the body. So I'm going to step back a little bit from my chair so I can still use my fingertip control. Just to bring a little symmetry back into the body, I'm going to come up onto my toes. Feet are straight ahead. And then I'm going to lower my heels, sit back into a little chair pose. Let the inhale straighten the legs, perhaps lift heels. Exhale, lowers heels, bend knees, hips go back. Tiny chair pose. One more, just like that. Pause here, stay here in your chair pose. And then we'll stand up tall again. We'll walk around to the front of the chair and sit back down. I promised this was going to be a short practice. So let's come back to the seat of the chair. Yeah, you can grab your prop to connect your feet back to the floor. But for right now, we're going to sit to the edge. Sit to the edge. Bring hands to the belly. We're going to do 1 breath, 4 in, 4 out. 1 breath, 4 in, 5 out. And we'll do 2 breaths with the 6. So here we go. As we inhale to a count of 4. Exhale to a count of 4. Your breath might be faster or slower than mine. That's fine. Inhale, 4. Exhale, 5. Next 2 breaths, we exhale 6. Inhale 4. Exhale to a count of 6. Inhale to a count of 4. Exhale to a count of 6. And now release your hands to your lap. Palms can be up. We'll slide back into our chair. Connect your feet to the floor. Notice the effect of that slower exhale on your body. Now you can continue to sit here and rest, or if it is a busy day for you, we'll call this practice over. So stay well, my friends. Stay calm, and I hope to see you again soon.